the way I would.
What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be talking about Aaron Gordon and the fact that it is reported that multiple teams are interested in trading for Aaron Gordon. Now, of course, for this there's going to be a little bit of a different situation into this, but as far as what we do know, there are multiple teams that are interested into Aaron Gordon, and this has been really just reported as far as leaked from the Orlando Magic side. So from this, it seems that lots of teams are very much interested in this, and I do believe the fact that this report would be definitely true considering what had happened previously in years. And I'm going to go over that as far as that into the future, but as far as for right now, we definitely have to look at the fact that something like the Indiana Pacers, who offered a max contract last offseason whenever he was a restricted free agent, definitely came up into a situation. Now, of course, if you don't know anything about restricted free agents, that means the fact that the team originally that has the rights to him can offer to match that, and then that player will have to sign with that if they match. And if not, they can end up going to whatever team offers them out of a restricted number of teams. Now, as far as that, of course, they ended up matching, and now if we look at his stats for this season, we're seeing around 14 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, 3.2 assists per game, shooting around 43% from the field, and almost 30% from three, which is down a little bit from last year. But of course, early in this season, we definitely can see the fact that this could be moving up, considering all these, as far as efficiency numbers are a little bit down. It's not very much it's possible that he could easily improve upon that. Now, of course, with that, the Orlando Magic have reported very strictly that they are not interested in trading Aaron Gordon. So as far as that, we know the fact that this is something that's not really a big deal. As far as this, of course, whenever we think of rumors and things such as this is always something to remember, is the fact that yes, there's a team that could be out there interested into a player or anything like that, but of course it requires two people to make a trade. So as far as that, Orlando's definitely looking to be, for right now at least, wanting to keep him. And of course, with him signing that 4-year max contract just last season, off season, we see the fact that he's still got 3 years left on his $76 million deal. So as far as that, we know the fact that they believe in Aaron Gordon as far as to predictably with his future. Of course, we know what Orlando did last season, making the playoffs for the first time in many years. So we know the fact that they really do have a nice young team that they really want to be able to work with and be able to continue on with this growth. Now, of course, a real question is going to be with this. Like I mentioned, his numbers are a little bit down. So whenever we see something like that, we know the fact that he could be somebody that is not going to improve throughout years. It could be something like that. So if that is the case, maybe we see something go around with this. Of course, I think the fact that we saw at the beginning, like I mentioned, around 2 years ago, we saw the fact that Aaron Gordon was really improving on his three-point shot. He really was being able to establish himself with a more all-around game, rather than, of course, us most likely knowing him from the slam dunk competition. So he really, to me, developed better as a basketball player 2 seasons ago. And if you see something like that, you believe the fact that somebody like this can improve and work on his game. Of course, only being 24 years old, he's got plenty of room to be able to grow in something like that. And it's a lot more easier to believe in a player is going to grow and improve when they've already shown some of that before in the past. So whenever we see something like this, I think they really want to see about this. I think if he does stay very stagnant or starts to drop off a little bit, maybe we see them try to actually look into these trade rumors. But for right now, I definitely don't see it as far as this season, or maybe even not next season. So as far as a trade with Aaron Gordon, I don't see a trade coming along in these paths. I think the fact that they have a very young team, they have multiple pieces that they can really work on to. They're trying to make the playoffs for this season, which is, of course, always a good thing to see from teams rather than the tanking aspect that we see from lots of them. And we definitely want to see what this young Orlando team can really do. I think the fact that they did very good. They ended up, of course, winning a playoff game against the Toronto Raptors, which is always something to very much accomplish yourselves on, especially as a very young team. It's definitely good to see the fact that you're having competition as far as out there, being able to compete and just actually showing up for those games. So whenever you do something like that, it's really good that they end up going out there, being able to perform at that level. So guys, as always, I always want to know what your guys' thoughts are on something like this. As far as it, guess I would like to know a little bit of a what if as far as things for that. What team do you think that Aaron Gordon would be best on? And of course, in reality, what do you think the fact that the Orlando Magic will keep Aaron Gordon through his entire contract? That's really a question that I'm really going to have to see about. Like I said, if he stays stagnant or anything or starts to drop off, they will try to look for something. But for right now, I think definitely he's staying with the Orlando Magic. So guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you guys leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.